Hi again. I thought I would just share a couple of items with you that I thought could be of interest. We have a lot of family documents and photos that follow this journey. I wanted to share a photo of my mom. That's my mom, Frances Keene here. And the telling of this story was very near and dear to her heart. And she was a choral conductor, so involved with music. This is a picture of her, my auntie Connie, and my mom here in the garden, so connected to nature. And yeah, in the last years of her life, it was really her wish that this story get told. And so I definitely wanted to explore for myself after her loss when I was 19 years old. And I ended up going on a trip to China to try and learn more, try to meet our extended relatives there. And for me, this was the beginning of a wonderful adventure to heal, to grieve, to work through and sift through all of these different elements of who I am. And this discovery and this adventure really did shape who I am today. I ended up doing a degree in Asian studies. I lived in China for several years. I met my partner and husband in China. And in the past few years, I've really been working to find a way to tell this story, to untwine it all, to find the confidence to come forward, to unravel the stories and see what could be shared. And a lot of this has come through, began with writing and trying to write a memoir, and then in the past few years it morphed into a musical album. And this is where Senyuè, which means mountain moon in Mandarin, my artist name, was born from. This is a picture of my mom in our garden at home on Vancouver Island. She loved rhodos and flowers. They were really important to her. And I know that she connected with them a lot. And this is a image of my mom and my sister and I at my high school graduation many years ago. And yeah, just kind of going through this experience of loss, just as you're becoming a young adult and trying to figure things out for yourself. Yeah, it definitely really changed the path of my life. And this is an image of our last name in traditional Chinese character, Zhou or Chu. We have an extended relative who wrote a memoir, or kind of a historical book about our family and about my great grandfather and my great grandpa. Chu Wali to Chu Keen, Chu Lai Keen, that was my great grandfather's name. And Tide of the Day was my great grandfather's name. He's the one that came over in 1860. And this is a book from the other side of the family, on my mom's side, our Yip side of the family, so my grandmother's family, and them growing up. They grew up in Victoria's Chinatown, which is the oldest Chinatown in Canada. And my grandma grew up going to school in that Chinatown, Yeah, I talk a lot about this. I've written a song about that timeline as well. And yeah, this book has a lot of images and stories within it that we would touch upon. This is a book from Quesnel. It's listed as, the name is A Tribute to the Past. Quesnel and Area, 1808 to 1928. And I thought I could read what it says about our family on page 48. This is on my grandpa's side of the family, Wally Keene family. Wally arrived in Canada in 1869. His reason for leaving his wife and young family behind while he made the long trek to a strange new country was the glowing stories of Canada, known as the Gold Mountain, and a land of opportunity. Western Canada's port of entry was at Victoria. Wally, a typical Chinese gentleman who wore his hair long and in a braided pigtail, found his way to Quesnel from there. There were 2,000 Chinese people in the Cariboo at that time. No record is available about his first employment, but later he acquired land in the town. This was located in the blocks between Carson and Bowron Avenues in Quesnel. His first business venture was a general merchandising store called the Wally Company. The store catered to Chinese miners with Chinese groceries, herbs, tobacco, clothing, etc. And Wally also wrote letters home to China for the miners. A stationary heading shows the date 1870 as the founding year. And then it shows some documents and photos, and it talks a bit about my grandpa and his siblings. So that's something that I thought was kind of interesting. And I thought maybe I could sing a little bit of a song that could be overlaid into the storytelling. So the one I'll sing a little bit of for you is called Jun Li. Jun Li, go get them bones. Jun Li, bring our lost boys home. One Chinaman, well, he don't speak no English. Two Chinamen, they go into the hole. They gotta light that dynamite and boom, bang, gone. We don't see no Chinaman no more. Up Alexandra Canyon, round the Fraser's Bend, we built this railroad on the backs of Chinese men. Hell's Gate to Spence's Bridge, Lillooet to the Cariboo, on the road to gold, blood rushes through. That's a little bit of the song that tells some of this story as well. It's called Jun Li and is written about Chinese miners, Chinese railroad workers, as well as bone collectors and the tradition of gathering bones and sending them back to China. Thank you so much. We'll speak with you soon and share more soon.